Lesson 1. Scientists say they can read dreams. Japanese scientists say they have found a way to read people's dreams. Researchers at the ATR Computational Neuroscience Laboratories used magnetic resonance imaging (MRI) for what they say is the world's first decoding of nighttime visions. Their research is published in the journal Science. The researchers wrote, "Visual imagery during sleep has long been a topic of persistent speculation, but its private nature has hampered objective analysis. Here, we present a neural decoding approach in which machine learning models predict the contents of visual imagery during sleep. They were able to predict what images their volunteers had seen with a 60% accuracy rate. The research is a part of a wider program aimed at studying the brain. It hopes to unlock the secrets of the unconscious mind to help the disabled move artificial limbs using brain activity. It could also help those with dementia and other neurological conditions." A spokesperson said, "Our expectations from the dream study are quite high. But we are also looking carefully at the ethical aspects of the technology, which may allow a third person to look at somebody else's thoughts." Head researcher Yukiyasu Kamitani said, "Dreams have fascinated people since ancient times, but their function and meaning have remained closed." He believes his research is a key step towards reading dreams more precisely. One. What technology did the scientists use to read people's dreams? 2. What did the scientists say was a world first? 3. What have visions during sleep been a topic of for a long time? 4. What has always got in the way of objective analysis? 5. How precisely were researchers able to predict images volunteers saw? 6. How do scientists hope to help disabled people? 7. Who else could the research help besides the disabled? 8. How hopeful are researchers their research will bear fruit? 9. What considerations are the researchers looking into? 10. For how long did a researcher say dreams have fascinated us? One. What springs to mind when you hear the word dream? 2. What kinds of dreams do you have? 3. Would you like to be able to read your dreams? 4. Do you think this is a good use of technology? 5. Would you like to be able to read everything in someone's mind? 6. Would you like to volunteer for this research? 7. How interested are you in the meaning of dreams? 8. Has anything you've dreamt about come true? 9. Do you ever dream in English? 10. Do you think scientists should unlock the brain's secrets? 11. Whose mind or dreams would you like to read? 12. Who would you allow to read your deepest thoughts? 13. How could this technology improve people's lives? 14. What questions would you like to ask the scientists? 15. Could this technology cure the world's mental health? Lesson 2. Cycling is bad for the environment. An American lawmaker has said cycling is bad for the environment. He also said cyclists should pay a tax to ride their bikes on the roads. Ed Orcutt, a representative from Washington State, sent an email to the owner of a local bike shop to outline his thinking. He wrote, "A cyclist has an increased heart rate and respiration. That means that the act of riding a bike results in greater emissions of carbon dioxide from the rider. Since CO2 is a greenhouse gas, cyclists are actually polluting when they ride. Mr. Orchid said, "You can't just say that there's no pollution as a result of riding a bicycle. You would be giving off more CO2 if you were riding a bike than driving in a car." Mr. Orchid also believes cyclists should be taxed to use the roads. He said it was unfair that motorists have to pay all of the costs of building and repairing roads. He wrote, "Currently motorists are paying to use their cars on the roads, so if cars pay for the roads they are using, it only makes sense that bicyclists would also be required to pay for the roads they use when they are actually biking on them." Dale Carlson, owner of the tech bike shop, said Mr. Orchid's ideas were wrong. He wrote, "People who choose to ride a bicycle instead of driving a car actively reduce congestion." He added, "They save wear and tear on our roads and bridges, and reduce the need for police to patrol our highways." One. Who said cycling was bad for the environment? 2. To whom did the guy send an email? 3. What did the guy say increased because of riding a bike? 4. What did the guy say CO2 was? 5. What did he say about riding a bicycle and driving a car? 6. What did the guy want to tax cyclists for? 7. What do motorists have to pay for? 8. Who is Dale Carlson? 9. What do bike riders help reduce? 10. How do cyclists help roads and bridges? One. What did you think when you read the headline? 2. What springs to mind when you hear the word cycling? 3. What do you think of cycling? 4. Do you agree with Ed Orchid that cycling is bad for the environment? 5. Should cyclists cycle less to reduce CO2 emissions? 6. What do you think cyclists think of Mr. Orchid's comments? 7. What are the benefits of cycling? 8. Is your town good for cyclists? 9. Do you think there should be a cycling tax to help pay for roads? 10. Is it unfair that motorists pay for the building and repair of roads? 11. What problems would be reduced if people cycled instead of drove? 12. Are we becoming more or less of a car-driving world? 13. Could you, your family survive without a car? 14. How would your life, health change if you cycled everywhere? 15. What questions would you like to ask Ed Orchid? Lesson 3. Teenager makes millions with news app. A British teenager has become a multi-millionaire after selling an app he created to web giant Yahoo. The deal is reported to be worth up to $30 million and includes a position working on Yahoo's future mobile projects. Nick DeLoisio, 17, started his Sumly app when he was just 15. He was studying for school exams and became frustrated at plowing through lengthy online articles. He created the app to summarize long reports so people could more easily digest the content. Yahoo's boss of mobile content development, Adam Cahan, said, "It started with an insight that we live in a world of constant information and need new ways to simplify how we find the stories that are important to us at a glance." Mr. DeLoisio started coding when he was 12 years old and developed the bulk of his Sumly app in his bedroom. He launched his app when he was 15 and it soon attracted over $1.5 million of investment, including from Hollywood stars Ashton Kutcher and Stephen Fry. The acquisition by Yahoo makes the British teen one of the world's youngest self-made millionaires. He believes his tie-up with Yahoo is perfect, saying, "To me, Yahoo is the best company to be joining right now because it's one of these classic internet companies." With new leadership from Marissa Mayer, Yahoo has a strong focus on mobile and product, and that's the perfect fit for Somali. One. What has a British teenager become? 2. What will he do at Yahoo? 3. What frustration led him to start Somali? 4. What can people do more easily with the app? 5. What kind of world did a Yahoo boss say we live in? 6. How much of the app did Nick develop in his bedroom? 7. Who invested in Somali? 8. What is Nick, one of the world's youngest? 9. What kind of company did Nick say Yahoo was? 10. What is Yahoo focusing on? One. What springs to mind when you hear the word app? 2. What do you think of the idea of Somali? 3. What do you think it's like to become a millionaire at the age of 17? 4. Do you think it's a good deal for Yahoo? 5. Why do you think Nick has taken a job with Yahoo when he's so rich? 6. What frustrates you about reading things online? 7. How clever do you have to be to write an app? 8. In what ways do we live in a world of constant information? 9. Should all kids learn to code? 10. What would you do next week if you had $30 million? 11. Can you see possibilities for you to get rich via the internet? 12. How can we get kids to be business-minded with technology? 13. What do you think of Yahoo? 14. What company would be the perfect fit for you? 15. What do you think his answers might be? Lesson 4. South Korea bans miniskirts. A new law has come into force in South Korea that effectively bans the wearing of miniskirts. The controversial piece of legislation is called the Overexposure Law and is an attempt by the government to curb what it views as public indecency. Anyone caught wearing a miniskirt could be fined around $45. It is one of the first laws to be passed by new President Park Geun-hye and has come under considerable criticism. Her father, Park Chung-hee, who led the country between 1963 and 1979, introduced a similar decree on the appropriateness of what Korean women could and couldn't wear. A spokesperson from South Korea's police said the law is more concerned with public nudity than provocative clothing. Celebrities and politicians are up in arms over the new law. Democratic United Party member Ki-sik Kim wrote on Twitter, "Why does the state interfere with how citizens dress?" Park Geun-hye's government gives cause for concern that we are returning to the era when hair length and skirt length were regulated. Many female celebrities have posted photos of themselves in skimpy clothing online to make their feelings against the law known. Short skirts and shorts are extremely popular in South Korea. They are the fashion items of choice for the majority of the country's pop stars. Singer and fashion icon Lee Hyori tweeted, "Is the overexposure fine for real? I'm so dead." One. What does the Korean government hope to control with the new law? 2. Who might have to pay $45? 3. Who previously introduced a similar ban on mini-skirts? 4. For how long was Park Chung-hee president? 5. What are the police more worried about? 6. How are celebrities feeling about the new law? 7. Who questioned the state's interference in clothing rules? 8. What other thing used to be regulated besides the length of skirts? 9. Who uploaded photos of themselves? 10. Who chooses to wear miniskirts? One. What springs to mind when you hear the word miniskirt? 2. What do you think of the miniskirt ban? 3. How important is the ban in relation to other problems in Korea? 4. Is it strange Koreans wear miniskirts that are not part of the culture? 5. What do you think of an overexposure law? 6. What do you think of people wearing clothes that reveal a lot of skin? 7. Would a $45 fine stop you wearing clothes you like? 8. Is the ban an attack on personal freedom? 9. When was the last time you were up in arms about something? 10. Do you think the law is repressive? 11. What would people do if the next thing to be regulated was hair length? 12. Would you be happy if your daughters wore miniskirts? 13. Is there a minimum or maximum age for wearing a miniskirt? 14. What fashion is unacceptable in your country? 15. Should we go back to more conservative ways of dressing? Lesson 5. Study shows money makes us worry. A new study from the BBC shows that looking after money isn't easy. Over 109,000 people took part in the BBC's Big Money test. It was one of the biggest ever studies on the psychology of money. One of the biggest findings is that money makes many people feel bad. Researchers say over 40% of us always worry about spending money, a third of us constantly worry about money, and the same percentage feel guilty when spending money on themselves. The study found that women like to go shopping to make themselves feel better about life, while men are more likely to save their cash. Women are more generous with their money and are also more likely to suffer from money problems. The researchers also looked at ways shops try and make us spend our money. It showed how stores are continually looking at new ways to make us buy things on impulse. It asks why candies and chocolate are always by the checkout in supermarkets. Why everyday essentials like bread and milk are at the back of shops so you have to walk through as many aisles as possible to reach them, and why the perfume and jewelry sections are always at the front of a department store. The test says that buying things on impulse can be bad for our finances. People who bought goods impulsively were 3 times more likely to go bankrupt, and 4 times more likely to run out of money by the end of the week. One. What shows that looking after money isn't easy? 2. How many people participated in this study? 3. How many of us always worry about spending money? 4. What percentage of people feels guilty about buying themselves things? 5. What are women more likely to suffer from? 6. What are shops continually looking at getting us to do? 7. What question do the researchers have about candies and chocolate? 8. What 2 everyday necessities are mentioned? 9. What is impulse buying bad for? 10. What thing are impulse buyers 3 times more likely to do? One. What money worries do you have? 2. Do you think you will have more money in the future? 3. Is it easy to look after money? 4. Have you ever bought something and felt guilty? 5. Do you need everything you buy? 6. How does shopping make you feel? 7. How generous are you? 8. Are you good with money? 9. How do shops make us buy things? 10. What do you think of pushy sales assistants? 11. Do you always believe adverts that tell us why we need something? 12. What things have you bought on impulse? Were you happy after? 13. What money advice would you give to people? 14. Do you ever run out of money? 15. What questions would you like to ask a money expert?